You ever heard of the Munchies? Have you ever heard of having munchies before you start a courtship that might be leading to a sexual connection? Not the munchies from a little too much smoking. Have you ever heard of the munchies? Well, I figured it'd be fun to talk about it while I enjoy munching on a yummy, juicy, flavorful, mango. Mm. It was so good. I just had to share. And I was hungry when I was thinking about the munchies topic. But actually, munchies is very, it's so juicy, it's making me salivate like crazy. Um, Something I've been doing lately is digging deeper into different lifestyles of relationships, intimacy, connections, and types of relationships, whether you're single or in a relationship or somewhere in between. I am Jacqueline, and I'm here to support, guide, and encourage you to take your learning curve and your new direction with more understanding, freshness, and a better sense of focus as to what's happening. So, the munchies is a phrase that I never knew about outside of what people do after a little extra smoking. I had never heard the phrase, we got to get together for the munchies before we go out and do more things. I thought it was a made up phrase. I totally did not know. But then my friends and I met this great, wonderful friend of ours from New Zealand, and he was explaining to us what the munchies is. And so I'm curious, before I dive in, do you know what I'm talking about? Comment below if you do. What the munchies is where a group of people that are looking to go out, have fun, be flirty, possibly do more things, actually talk about it before the evening gets going. Maybe it's a few days before they get together. Maybe it's the night of, but it's a separate situation. So that way that everybody knows what's expected. Maybe this is going to be a situation where people are going to be sexually engaging and feeling connection, but they need to know everybody's on the same page. They need to know their boundaries. They need to know their wish list. They need to know what intrigues them. So I have been so fascinated by this. I mean, I've been studying monogamous, one-to-one dating for a very long time. So in the last year, I have been getting curious to learn what we're hearing about all the time. I mean, let's just be real. This has been happening for a very long time, but it's now getting a higher level of exposure. It was just on one of the regular Grey's Anatomies. They were talking about an open relationship, an ethically non-monogamous relationship. Well, this couple on the show talked about both of them being with separate people, but separately. But they didn't really make all their boundaries and rules and talk it all out. They just kind of thought, okay, maybe this is what we need to do next. Well, of course, if you don't fully communicate, it can often explode right in front of them. So, what I love is that mainstream is starting to talk about this. So, I want to be in the know, but I want you to be in the know too. So, if you have never wanted to know about alternative lifestyles, this is probably not the video for you. But if you have been curious, or you would like to learn more, today's topic is about the munchies, the a little bit of mango goodness and a lot of yumminess, and a chance for me to share a little bit more. Now, this is so good. It's a little hard to eat and chit chat with you, but we're going to make it work because I really want this and I really want to talk to you. Again, this is about communication. So, the munchies is really about you and whomever you're going to be with, if you're in an open relationship or you're on a date with one person. This is what's so important. We need to get clear about what we want, what we desire, and what we're kind of expecting from the other person. The problem is we're just leaving it to fate. Do they take us to a nice enough dinner? Hmm. Do they remember our favorite dessert? What about, did they give us enough compliments? Did they open the door for us? Did they pick the right restaurant? All of those things are great for courtship. But let's be real, we always have this unknown anticipation of what's next. What are they going to expect from us? What are we not going to do? What are we going to do too much? And so, regardless if you are in an open relationship, you are ethically non-monogamous, you are exploring things, or you are looking for a hetero-monogamous relationship, you need to make sure that whomever you're out with actually understands where you are coming from. Oh my gosh, so good. So I want you to think about this. What would it be like if pre to being intimate with somebody, regardless of the stages of your dating, you took a pause and you went out for a munchie? You sat, you broke bread together, you laughed, but you promise nothing else is going to happen until this conversation feels very real, saying, these are the things that I'm comfortable with, these are the things I'm not, this is how long I want to wait, these are some things I've been wanting to try, and I'm curious if I would feel safe to do this with you. Whatever it is, your body awareness, your sexual awareness, your communication is the number one key to you and your partner or partners understanding where you're coming from, for everybody to feel good and to feel like something is progressing in the right direction. This is where you get to decide. This is where you get to speak up. This is where you get to make a difference. Now, this is so fascinating to me, and I've been having an extraordinary time asking people so many questions, interviewing people with so much information, insight, talking to people that are right there in the lifestyle. So I will be doing a series of videos about the open lifestyle. I'm so excited. I have made such beautiful friends, and it's not all about sex. It really isn't. It's about being with people that are of no judgment, people that are comfortable in their own bodies, people that want to learn and grow and live a little non-traditionally or a lot non-traditionally, but they're choosing their life and their own destiny. But it all begins with the power of the munchies, and not the kind you're thinking about, but yet you can get a little hungry when you think about all the good stuff and when you share all the good stuff. So, if you're curious, would you like me to talk more about alternative lifestyles, non-traditional ways of being in relationships? I have some really good stuff, so I'll be sending a lot your way. Keep an eye on the title. Most of all, I want you to know that I'm here to expand your mind. I'm here to help you see different things. And I am very, very curious if you've ever participated in a Munchies get together, the right kind. I think it's so important that you have knowledge, you have understanding, and you feel heard in your own communication, because this is what's going to make the difference in your dating. We can no longer date passively. We can no longer date just putting all the pressure on the other person and expectation on the other person. We can no longer keep waiting for somebody just to show up and decide we're worthy and that we get to be with them. What we have to realize is that time is passing by. Clocks are ticking. Skin is changing. We are aging. Life experiences are happening. And we can either join them or we can be sitting there watching and waving everybody go by. But if you genuinely want something new and you want to try to explore and expand, this is your time. You might just decide that going out and having some munchie time with somebody could actually strengthen your relationship. If you're already in a relationship, what would you think about asking your partner out for a little munchies talk to see what they're open to, see what they want to try, see what they are feeling before they're feeling, all that excitement and pressure? You have a great kiss, and then you start to go, what else can I do with this? What else can I have? but yet you haven't thought ahead of time and you haven't communicated. So the person isn't sure about your boundaries. Well, what if you did it ahead of time? Hmm. I'm curious. Are you curious? All right. So let's keep this conversation going. So, like, subscribe, comment. So I want to know if you've ever had an opportunity to participate in a munchie with people and talked a little bit more open about your sexual wants, needs, desires, relationship wishes, wants. And let me know in the comments below. And I have some more videos coming your way very soon. More things to enjoy.